Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? I mean, you're visualizing, you're setting the goals, but you just keep hitting this invisible wall? Well, today we're going to get into it. Drawing on some really powerful ideas from the educational highway, we're going to identify and, more importantly, dismantle the 7 inner barriers that are really standing in your way. So let's get ready to break them down one by one.
So let's just start with this question, because it really gets to the heart of everything. What if the key to unlocking everything you've ever wanted isn't about hustling harder on the outside, but about transforming your world on the inside?
And right here, this is the core idea. And honestly, it's fantastic news. Because if the biggest roadblocks aren't your job or your bank account or your luck, but they're actually internal, well, that means you have all the power to change them.
Okay, so we're going to start at the very foundation, your mindset. Think of these as the deep-seated beliefs that are basically the operating system for your entire reality. Let's take a look at the first 2 major barriers that are hiding in that code.
Our first barrier is what we can call the doubt spiral. And let's just be real about this, because we all feel it. Doubt is an absolute dream killer. It's that little nagging voice that whispers, "Yeah, but who are you to want this?" right when you start to feel excited. And this is such a perfect way to picture the problem. When you want something, but you secretly doubt you can have it, you're creating completely contradictory energy. It's like you're sending mixed signals out into the world. And what's the result? You go absolutely nowhere. You just stay stuck.
So how in the world do you break free from this? Well, the key isn't to fight the doubt, but to just mindfully move through it. First up, just notice it. Don't beat yourself up. Just acknowledge, oh, there's that feeling again. Second, breathe. Just 3 deep breaths to pull yourself back into this moment. Third, get curious about where it's coming from. Ask yourself, is this doubt based on actual facts, or is it just an old story, an echo of some past fear? Next, reframe it. Instead of doubting, get curious. Ask, what if? What if this could work? And finally, and this is the most important one, act. Take 1 tiny, manageable step forward. That action is the ultimate antidote to doubt.
And you know, that doubt, it often fuels our second barrier, the gratitude deficit. This is what happens when your mental energy is so focused on what you don't have that it creates this energy field of pure lack around you.
And this creates this powerful self-feeding loop. I mean, you can see it right here. When you focus on what's missing, you just reinforce that feeling of scarcity. And that whole not enough vibe, it just attracts more experiences that prove to you that you don't have enough. It's a really vicious cycle. So the mission is to consciously shatter that cycle by building an abundance practice. And it's way simpler than you might think. Start and end your day just listing things you're grateful for. Appreciate the really small, ordinary stuff. That first sip of coffee, the sun coming through the window. And here's the real power move. Feel gratitude for what you want before it even shows up. That one shift instantly flips your energy from lack to abundance.
All right, let's move on to our next section, which covers barriers 3, 4, and 5. We've talked about your underlying beliefs. Now let's talk about where you're actually aiming your mental energy every single day.
And this brings us to barrier number 3, the future fixation trap. And it's built on this central paradox. It's so simple, but wow, is it profound? The thing you want is in the future, but the only place you have any power to create it is right here, right now. Obsessing over when is it going to happen literally pulls you out of your point of power.
And living in the future often leads right into barrier number 4, scattered focus syndrome. I want you to think of your attention like a laser beam. When it's focused, it's powerful enough to cut through steel. But when you spread it thin across 10 different dreams and 100 different worries, its power gets so diluted that nothing gets enough energy to actually materialize.
And finally in this section, we've got barrier number 5, the attachment anchor. This slide lays it out perfectly, the crucial difference between a healthy intention and a destructive attachment. See, intention is like putting a destination in your GPS, but being open to different routes. Attachment is screaming at the GPS because it suggested a detour, creating nothing but anxiety and resistance.
So how do you let go of that anchor? You learn to hold your desires lightly. Adopting the mantra, this or something better, is a total game changer. It opens you up to possibilities that are way better than what you could have imagined. And focusing on the feeling you want, like freedom or joy or fulfillment, instead of the exact specific outcome, that gives the universe the creative freedom to deliver in the most amazing ways.
Okay, let's take a deep breath because we are going to the deepest level now for our final 2 barriers. We've gone past mindset, past focus. Now we get to your very sense of self, those unconscious beliefs you have about what you truly deserve in this life.
Barrier number 6 is the resistance to receiving. And let me tell you, this one is the sneakiest of them all. You can do all the work on the surface, but if deep, deep down, you don't feel worthy of getting what you're asking for, you will unconsciously build an invisible wall to keep it away.
So how do you even know if you've built this wall? Well, look for these signs. Do you brush off compliments? Do you feel guilty or weird when someone gives you something you didn't earn? And this points directly to our 7th and final barrier, which is really a symptom of this one, the self-sabotage pattern. It's right there. You sabotage your own success just as it's about to happen. These are all clues to a deep down belief that maybe, just maybe, you don't really deserve to receive good things.
To start dismantling that wall of unworthiness, you need to ask yourself a really powerful, introspective question. And this isn't about blaming anyone, it's just about understanding. Tracing that belief back to where it started is the first step in realizing it's just an old story. It's not the absolute truth.
So after digging up all these barriers, what's the ultimate goal here? It's not about becoming some kind of perfect, flawless manifester. It's simply about finding your path to alignment.
And this, right here, this is the key takeaway of this entire conversation. Forget about getting every little technique perfect. The real work is creating harmony between what your mind wants, what your heart feels, and what your soul knows you are worthy of having. It really all comes down to this simple truth. The real power comes from creating an internal alignment that attracts your desires to you naturally. When you're aligned, you stop chasing and you start attracting. Things just begin to flow to you with this sense of ease because there are no longer any internal barriers pushing them away.
So we're going to leave you with this final thought. You've just seen a map of your inner world and some of the barriers that might be there. The question now isn't if you can change, but simply where will you begin? Which one of these barriers really resonated with you? And what's one small step you can take today to start dissolving it?